Hello, everybody, and welcome to NASCAR.com GarageCam, an all-star edition, getting ready for the 33rd all-star race, the Monster Energy all-star race. Oh, it's all juiced up. It's all jacked up. We got a new sponsor on board for the series this year in Monster Energy and a new look all-star race. And it's surely to be a spectacle under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as always. And we take you inside the NASCAR garage on NASCAR.com GarageCam. I'm your host, Mathew Dillner, and welcome to your all-access tour inside the garage. Half an hour every week, NASCAR.com, presented by Mobile One. This is the Smithfield number 43. Dyslexic numbers for me this morning. But hey, the 43, of course, has been in the news. A compression fracture of the T5 vertebrae for driver Aric Almirola after that scary crash at Kansas Speedway last weekend, and glad to see that Aric is up and about. Was here at Charlotte Motor Speedway today, and was at Martin Truex Jr.'s catwalk for a cause the other night. And that was something very unusual and very special. Why? Well, that's because he had a compression fracture of the T5 vertebrae. His doctors told him not to go, but Aric actually saying that he promised the little boy that he was going to walk down the runway with, that was diagnosed with leukemia, that he'd be there. And it was more important to keep that promise and show a little inspiration to that fighter that he could show up with that the pain that he has and truck on through it. So kudos, tip of the cap to Aric Almirola, a great guy. And this number 43 team right there, Ben Runge and all the boys, working really hard. Drew Blickensderfer with a new driver, a new seat in the car this week, and you see that new seat right inside there. Regan Smith, the New York native, returning to the Cup Series, will be behind the wheel of this number 43 this week. We'll see what happens beyond Charlotte Race Week for this 43. And the number 27, Paul Menard, alongside. New sponsor colors for this driver over here for this week. That would be Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 88, debuting the Mako scheme. Little presser event outside of Charlotte Motor Speedway the other day, so that was pretty cool to see, of course, for Dale Earnhardt Jr., winner in his rookie season in 2000 of the All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and what a night that was. Unbelievable driving that Budweiser car. Mako on the side of the 88. Chris Buescher in his first ever All-Star race, of course, earning that spot last year when he was over at Front Row Motorsports with his win at Pocono Raceway. Driver now over here at JTG in the Busch's best number 37. So great to see the Texas native in the All-Star race. Has to be a thrill for sure for that young driver. New format to talk about too, which is pretty cool. New format, and the thing that I like about the new format, I'm just going to say it right now, is the open. Basically, these cars that we're showing you right now, besides maybe over here the 88 and the 37, a lot of these cars on this side of the garage are not locked into the All-Star race. They have not earned their way into the All-Star race, but you have a chance in the open. There's 20 spots for the All-Star race. 16 of them are already predetermined. 4 spots still remaining. One of them will come from the fan vote, the Monster Energy fan vote. The other 3, the winners of the stages for the open. So you can race your butt off and race your way into this race in that open. That will be 6 p.m. on Saturday. So a guy like David Reagan or Michael McDowell here could still get in, winner of those 3 stages, or if you win the fan vote. Fan vote's going to be hotly contested this year, of course. A lot of big names not in the All-Star race. We roll on by Cole Witz, number 72. You know, if this was a figure-8 track, this right here would be the X of the figure-8 track. It's the epicenter of the garage, and you're standing in it right now on NASCAR.com, and it's a lot cooler in here. I do like that. It's a lot nicer. the Dinger, AJ Allmendinger, not having the season so far that this 47 has hope for, but a few good runs as of late. Hopefully having things turning around in this 47 program, and a lot of races for this team to look forward to. And this all-star race, man, all the gloves come off, no points. It's anything. Blaine Smith, welcome back, Matt. Tigra, poor Eric, that was so upsetting. Glad to see that he will be okay, and we are all glad because Eric Amarola, darn nice guy. Here we are outside, beautiful sunny day. And these tire guys here are working hard out in the sun. S.J. Golembeski working on getting these tires ready for practice. And man, there's a different color on some of your tires. Explain to the fans what that is.
Yeah, so this week, the yellow ones, so the regular looking tires, are the actual tire that we're going to race next week in the 600. The green ones are softer, which is going to have more speed in it. So that'll be interesting to see how that does.
So it'll be softer compound tires. These are the regular compound tires that you'll see, but each team will get a set of the green labeled Goodyear Eagles for practice and one set for the actual race. They're a little softer compound, a little different compound. It's an optional compound, I believe, is the way they're explaining it. But just to explain it for layman's terms right here, the compound of this tire here, it's not just how it feels or whatever, but it's the actual compound of the tire. The softer the tire, the softer the compound of the tire, the more the tire will wear, the more it will actually fall off. This rubber will wear off. But that softer compound sticks, adheres to the racetrack a lot better. That adhesion, the stickiness equals speed. So those green label tires will be able to go faster on short runs. You'll be able to hustle your butt up and be faster than the other cars, but will they last? So it's a big roll of the dice, and it'll be something very, very interesting, something to keep an eye out for this whole weekend. And maybe in the future, I'd love to see personally a different compound tire option. I think it would be interesting to see produce even more passing in our sport. Growing up, I remember seeing that in the short tracks where you'd have all different type compounds and you'd be able to choose. And if you really needed to come from the back to the front, you can bolt on a set of softer tires. Matt DiBenedetto, Reddit on the side of his car. Let's brighten this up so you can see that. Oh yeah, there you go, that beautiful Reddit machine. Really cool paint scheme. Check it out. And we're on the internet, you know, dude, we're NASCAR.com, come on. So if you don't know what Reddit is, come on, get with it. You want to talk about chatting and different rooms and getting to meet people of all different interests and stuff, Reddit is definitely a place to go. The fan vote right now, Reddit was the reason Josh Wise got in 2014. So maybe Matt DiBenedetto here, or Matt D. Burrito, as we usually call him around All-Star time, can use the power of Reddit to make it in. Let's see if it happens. So he's got some tough competition. Doug Denise. Oh, hey, man. I'd like to see the 32 Reddit car I designed for Matt DiBenedetto. Hey, how about that? Matt D showing you the Matt D car that you designed right here. Reddit on the number 32. Really good design there, I will say. It's going to look really nice on the racetrack. That California driver right there, really hustling for your vote. We'll see, because Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, a lot of tough competitors are up for that fan vote, but some people expecting maybe Chase Elliott to race his way in, or you know, Ryan Blaney to race his way in. So we'll see what happens. Danica Patrick, another one. She's won the fan vote twice. Danica Patrick, can she do it again? Wonder Woman, again on the side of that car, 2015, 2013 fan vote winner. You can hop on to NASCAR.com/fan vote right now. Do it. Get on there. If you want to vote for Danica, go on ahead. Vote for Danica. If you want to vote for Matt DiBenedetto, go. Vote for Matt DiBenedetto. If you want to sit here and vote for Landon Castle, check it for Andretti, the hashtag. Vote for Landon Castle. And that's a pretty cool thing right there. Check it out. Check it for Andretti. And, well, wish John Andretti, great racer, good friend here in the garage and somebody that I was a colleague with. He worked a little bit with Totally NASCAR for a while, and we had to share a lot of good laughs together doing that. He's fighting the fight of his life right now with cancer, and all our thoughts and prayers are always with him. This garage is one big family. Reed Sorenson. Here's the Corey LaJoy, number 83. Hold on a second. Hey, can you? He's got a Penguins jersey on. Well, hey, why are you wearing a Penguins jersey? Where's your NASCAR stuff, man?
I got to support my team. My number 1 team's the Penguins. My number 2 team's Brad Keselowski.
Why don't you have like a Brad Keselowski shirt on?
I got my credential.
Yeah, but you're at a NASCAR race, man.
He's getting nervous.
I got to support the team, man. We're down. We are down.
You're down right now, so do you want to bring this sort of mojo over here to Kez? I don't know about that, man.
We come back. We won the Cup last year. We're going to win the Cup again this year.
Hey, last year's last year, man. Hey, you know we're hockey guys. CJ over here is a Flyers guy, but hey, he's a Keselowski guy. He's in NASCAR garage. He should have a Keselowski shirt on. Oh, check it out. By the way, we are live on NASCAR.com, but we are also live on Facebook Live on NASCAR. So if you want to hop in to that chat room, Haley Comet tuning in. Thank you for sharing and showing us the cars in the garage area. Calhoun, run 2 different campgrounds, and how the track could be how the tire lays in the track could be problematic. Like Hoosier Goodyear? No, you know what? I'm going to step right in and actually answer that question. Because back in the day, back right before I came in the sport, but of course I was involved with it on the local level, we had a tire war here in NASCAR where we had Goodyear, we had Hoosiers. The tires were different back then. They weren't, we didn't have the radial tire technology with all the interliners and everything that we do now have on these big tracks. And what we saw was a tire war. Tire manufacturers trying to make a faster tire. And push the envelope, and it resulted in a lot of wrecked race cars and some hurt race car drivers. It's a different day and age right now, so we shouldn't even bring up the old tire war and not to negate your point, but I'm going to negate your point. The tire safety advancements that Goodyear has brought to NASCAR basically has almost negated that problem. So we won't be seeing that. A softer compound tire, a different compound tire, wouldn't be a bad thing, in my personal opinion, for the racing. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch in the All-Star race. And I like the fact that for the fans, you can't see the green tire right here, but this yellow tire, you'll be able to see when the drivers bolt on that different compound tire. And why wouldn't you want to see a guy come in that's maybe 10th place, 15th place in the last caution and bolt a set of softer tires on, faster tires on, and come up through the field? I think that inherently, as a racing person my entire life, isn't that what you'd want to see? Is somebody charging through the pack? I mean, I think it's a great thing. So tire wars are of the past. Goodyear, the technology they brought here, and the interliner technology and everything, we're not going to have to worry about that. Good question, though, man. I like that. Bring all the questions you want to NASCAR.com GarageCam. We're your insiders inside the NASCAR garage, and we'd love to share that with you. And there's Derek Cope working on his number 55, getting some heights and stuff. And gotta love drivers working on their own car. I'd love to ask Derek a question if we got a chance here on NASCAR.com. We just had a fan, we were talking about the tire compounds, the choice that we have now. And a fan say, is it going to be like the old days with, the tire war with Goodyear and Hoosier, maybe some safety concerns? But I was trying to negate that and explain to him the different tire technologies with the interliners. How different is it now with these interliners and whatnot, the safety advancements compared to those days?
Well, obviously they've changed a great deal. The interliner really is just like a tire within a tire. It really adds stability and prevents a major catastrophe, catastrophic failure, then the car's on the fence. But, the different compounds really is a situation more of a strategic thing for the team to try to figure out what the car, when they want to put them on, when would be the most advantage to them, you know. So obviously start on the harder compound and then try to be in a position to, you know, to the last segment to bolt the softer compound on. The front grip will be better, makes the car freer, but it will definitely give you overall grip.
All right, Derek Cope, we appreciate your insight. A veteran in our garage that could definitely tell you how it is. Pretty cool to have the chat room back here in a way. Facebook Live. Vladimir Belmont says hello from Mexico. All right. Got some international viewers, as we normally do on NASCAR.com, and even more so our network spreads when we're on NASCAR social media. So great to work together with the social media folks at NASCAR that do a fantastic job. And Eric Jones, the Sirius XM number 77. Gotta love this paint scheme here. It's aggressive with the slanted lines on this number 77 from the Furniture Row Racing team. And this young rookie right now needs to get in this all-star race, and he has a way to race his way in or use that fan vote. Vote right now, NASCAR.com/fan vote for who you want to see in the all-star race. Daniel Suarez. We had somebody say hello from Mexico. Well, there you go. Here is the product of Monterrey, Mexico. Daniel Suarez coming through the NASCAR Next program with the NASCAR Can-Am East. And then the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series last year, and now in the Premier Series of NASCAR, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. His mother working in a taco shop near Monterrey. His father working on VWs. A real good feel-good story there for this driver. Ryan Newman. He's a previous winner of the All-Star race way back when. Richard Childress Racing with 4 wins as an organization in the NASCAR All-Star race here, the Monster Energy All-Star race. Hendrick Motorsports, though, leads the charge as far as teams. Okay, RCR has 4, Hendrick has 9 wins. Wow, that's unbelievable. Matt Kenseth, he's won the All-Star race before. Kenseth, the product of Wisconsin, so all you cheeseheads, maybe that's your driver. 2004, Matt Kenseth won the famed All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway under the lights. And you saw that Mountain Dew ride rolling by. We'll bring you outside into the bright sunshine of Concord, North Carolina. And there is the Casey Kane Mountain Dew paint scheme. All the special paint schemes come out for the All-Star race. All shiny and new and glitz and glam of the All-Star race. I remember when Earnhardt brought out that silver paint scheme, and all the paint scheme hype started happening back then. Beautiful colors on this number 5 car as it rolls in. Trevor Bayne's got his car tuning up in the garage area, the Avocare machine. And here is the Ford, the Monster Energy Ford of Kurt Busch. Jay Ganeri getting set and to get Kurt Busch adjusted. The number 5 of Casey Kane. Leah Bartlett would like to see Casey Kane. In 2008, Casey Kane won the fan vote, and that fan vote propelled him into the All-Star race. And then eventually, that right foot and that steering wheel right there put him in victory lane. So, hey, you don't have to automatically be in this show to be a winner. And speaking of winners, Ricky Stenhouse is a winner in the Monster Energy. Wow, I got really loud all of a sudden. Monster Energy All-Star race. Now he's going to be in this All-Star race thanks to that win in Talladega, Alabama. What's up, Stenhouse? How special is it to be in this All-Star race as I poke you in the face with the microphone.
Yeah. No, it's really cool being locked in. We've raced our way in once.
Yep.
Haven't been as fortunate here lately, so it's good to have Herm back in it, locked in.
Hey, real quick, this softer compound, man, a lot of people are kind of licking their chops at having that option. What's your thoughts on it, man?
We're looking forward to it. I think, kind of an unknown. You gotta, for this race, you gotta be in that final top 10 to be able to go for $1 million. So we'll see how it works. We're not sure, how long they'll last, how much faster they are. So this practice session will be cool to finally get them on.
All right, Ricky Stenhouse, driver that's passing all forward. I'm sure they'll be strapping on those softer tires, that different compound, the alternate compound rubber brought by Goodyear. Definitely a great test for NASCAR in the All-Star race. And what better way to do it to provide something that I believe is going to make the racing just a little bit more exciting and do it in a race that's not a points race. This race right here is about this. See this over here? It's called a steering wheel. Bring back a trophy or a steering wheel. That's what you want to do in this race. This isn't about getting in a strong top 5 finish. It's about bringing home the checkered flag the way it ought to be. And that's what's so exciting about attending the All-Star race or even watching on TV. All fans streaming in on NASCAR Facebook Live, we're monitoring that and the hashtag GarageCam on Twitter. I voted for Chase Elliott in the fan vote, says Louis D. Donato, and a bunch of people chiming in here. And who's that one? Dated Ranger. Got to see the number 4 of Kevin Harvick. Here we go. When do you guys think the new Chevy body will come out? That's a good question. Teams are working on different bodies right now. Toyota, of course, came out with their new body. Expect Chevys soon. So I've been hearing a little scuttlebutt about that. So manufacturers, I mean, it's very important. Race on Sunday, sell on Monday. That's the bottom line. If your favorite driver is a Ford driver, well, you're going to want to go out there and buy a Ford. If your favorite driver is a Toyota driver, you're going to go out there and get yourself a Camry. Clint Boyer, the number 14. A big shout out to Mobile One for being proud sponsors of NASCAR.com, GarageCam, and longtime supporters of our show. And this is the fans show. This is your show. And hey, this is your first look at the softer compound tire. There is the regular tire that teams will use and have multiple sets for practice and for the race. One set of this alternate optional compound tire for this practice session, or any practice session for that matter, and one set for the race. So it'll be up to the crew chiefs and the drivers to communicate and determine when they're going to use this softer compound tire.
Even to different numbers, 3.4 versus 3.2 on the.
You got the 3.4 and the 3.2 right there. That's another way to identify them. But what's the great thing is it's not a mystery for fans. That's what I like, okay? When you're seeing a car rolling around with the yellow print on, you know those are the regular tires. When you see that green print, you know they put on that different compound tire, and I think that's what's going to really, really make this interesting. Oh, a fan's blowing us here. Almost blown away on NASCAR.com. And there's the winner of last year's All-Star race, Joey Logano, the number 22, strapping into his number 22 Ford. What a big win that was for this team last year. 5 minutes to go on NASCAR.com GarageCam. We still got about 10 more cars to show you. Jimmy Johnson, 48, Lowe's car. The 18 of Kyle Busch. Caramel paint scheme for Kyle. Jimmy Johnson, of course, the all-time leader in wins in the All-Star race. So right now, he's the ultimate all-star in our sport. We had a request for the number 4 car. As the 18 is about to roll out here, we get out of the way. And here is the 4 car. Busch Bucks, a lot of money on this car, and he's hoping to get $1 million bills. Richard, of course, the winner of the All-Star race, gets the $1 million.
And actually, I was told by PR, the gentleman who could win $1 million should Harvick win this race is actually here at the track today. So he's going to get to see up close how much his money car could actually do for him.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Cool contest by Busch Beer, Stuart Haas Racing. Chase Elliott, new paint scheme. On board that number 24. Truex ready to go. And Kyle Larson sits inside his race car. We'll grab a question with Kyle. It seems like the hot topic of the day, man, is the excitement about maybe having a different, that different tire compound and what it's going to do. And it's a big question mark for y'all, but it's probably bound to create some excitement.
I'm actually more. I've never done the qualifying, so I'm a little more excited and anticipating that than
practicing that.
Than a couple tenth faster tire right now, but yeah. So I'm been watching a little video and nervous, I guess, about hauling butt down pit road. But then yeah, I'm excited about the tire too because that could be a little change of strategy for sure.
Hey, you gotta like this, man. It's a little easier than last year, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice not having to worry about the B main there. So. We'll have some fun this year. All
right, Kyle Larson, we appreciate you joining us on NASCAR.com GarageCam and driver the number 42 and point leader and having a fantastic season thus far. Yeah, a little easier than last year. He and Chase Elliott had one heck of a duel to the finish in what he said was the B main. I like that. Martin Truex Jr. alongside led 392 of 400 laps in the Coca-Cola 600 last year and 2 1.5-mile wins so far this season for Truex. So this is a team that you have to consider an absolute hands-down favorite this weekend at Charlotte and next week for sure. Brett Keselowski pushing his car in. You gotta love when a driver's helping out the crew there. And Brad K doing that. Brett Keselowski has won here at Charlotte before. Still has yet to win an all-star race, but hey, best things come to those who wait, like a ketchup commercial, man. Series champion, former series champion, sporting a patriotic paint scheme. His foundation, Checker Flag Foundation, does so much for veterans. Oh, it's getting windy here. 1 minute to go till they unleash these beasts of the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. The cool new Mountain Dew paint scheme. We skipped by former winner of the All-Star race, Jamie Mcmurray. Back then he had Keith Rodden as his crew chief. Keith Rodden, of course, now with Casey Kane. Louis DiDonato, I'd like to see the Mountain Dew paint scheme of Chase Elliott. Well, there you go. Let's get you a better look. We got to get Walter out of the way here. Walter's one of our favorite guys in the garage, though. What's up, Walter? There's a close look at the new Monster Energy digs. Excuse me, the Mountain Dew digs. different drink. I got Monster Energy drilled in the head right now. Both yummy. Chase Elliott. Jamie Mack has been the picture of consistency in the 2017 season, that's for sure. So, victory lane has eluded him, but this team right now is competing within the top 5-10 cars in the sport right now. So if you play NASCAR.com Fantasy Live, this is definitely one of those picks that may not jump right out at you, but it's he's not a cheap pick by any means, but in that mid-range there, Jamie McMurray is definitely a great option. About 1 minute to go till practice. They're about to crank these cars up. Let's roll on out here and give you a view as some of them pull out. I imagine most of them, of course, will start with the basic compound tires. Should be very exciting practices at Charlotte Motor Speedway, a crown jewel of NASCAR. Make sure you tune in to the 33rd Monster Energy All-Star Race. Saturday, 6 p.m., kicks off the Open. The main event goes off at 8 p.m. Fox Sports 1, PRN, Sirius XM Satellite Radio. 20 drivers will start, 16 locked in, 3 from the Open, 1 from the fan vote. They all have a chance at $1 million. The official waving them on by. And here they come for practice number 1 for the Monster Energy All-Star Race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., one of the first to roll out with Ryan Newman. I'm your host, Mathew Dillner. Thanks for joining us on NASCAR Facebook Live and on NASCAR.com. And until next time, we'll see you at the races.